Hello everyone, and welcome to the summer edition of Happy Tales. We're very, very happy to be here tonight and to be I'm welcoming my sister again, Beth O'Malley, who was a special guest along with my niece and her daughter, Polina, back in the winter, I believe it was. And now we're here in this wonderful summer, and we have plenty to talk about in Happy Tales because good things have been happening, and one of the good things is sitting right on my sister's lap, as you can see. Our special guest tonight, it seems like we're always featuring someone special. We had the Martucci sisters with their wonderful dogs. We've had your dog Grace and my dog Molly, and tonight we are featuring Gigi, who is the latest recipient of some help from the Danny Boy Adoption Fund. And what my first message to all of you in the Winthrop audience is that any of you who bought the Danny Boy Chronicles book, which has been at the Winthrop Book Depot, you need to know that there's been some help given to some animals. We're going to show you their pictures, but most especially we have Miss Gigi, who was a discarded dog out in the Berkshires at a shelter, the same shelter that Danny Boy came from. And what could have been a very sad story in that she was discarded by her owner and just left to whatever would happen to her without any funds and without any real care. She has since come to be the dog that she is now. Gigi, what do you think, Mary? How is she doing? My sister is one of the first people to see Gigi in her new medically helped and aided condition, and she's come down here to live in Winthrop.
So when you first told me that Gigi was terminally ill, was missing an eye, had never received basic care, I didn't know what kind of a personality she'd have. And instead, she's incredibly friendly, perky, holds her own when the cat comes over and tries to bully her off the pillow. And she, from what you were telling me, she loves kids.
She does love kids. And she was very excited to see Polina. And we had a special event that some of you in Winthrop may know. We were at the Winthrop Public Library last Friday, and we were able to read the book in the children's room thanks to Peter, the director of the library. But the sort of star attraction, besides the book and the children doing such a good job of being interested in the book, and I was really taken by their great enthusiasm for what the story. Gigi came along and became the star attraction as children were sitting around on the rug, and she was walking around to people. And of course, there's nothing better than a friendly little dog to get across the message of the Danny Boy legacy and the Danny Boy Foundation, which is older dogs who end up in shelters should not just be discarded, but if they can be rehabilitated with just a little help, and even if they have things wrong with them and are not perfect according to society or what the way people look at animals and people too, Gigi with her one eye seems to see a lot. She loves flowers, she loves children, she loves looking at all the beautiful things there are to see around Winthrop. And when she was even in the shelter out in the Berkshires, she seemed to find beauty and be able to look for it. So I took a little bit of a chance bringing her to the children's room, but you've had a lot of experience working with children's groups, in your work as a social worker. Can you see a value in what they saw? I guess I'm putting you on the spot, but can you see I hope she's a message.
I think that, on the one hand, she's a message in terms of courage and look at what she's gone through and how well she's doing. The other part of it is that kids can see that with her disabilities, with her one eye, they see through these kinds of problems and can see her little spunky, high-eared personality. So that's another way, to look at it, and it's easier, I think, for children to engage.
I think you're right. I was very impressed because, sometimes adults will shy away or say, oh, I go to a shelter and get an older dog, but I don't want to deal with all of that, and it's too sad. Or why would you want to take an older dog? And speaking of older, apparently Gigi is 12 years old, which, in dog years is old, but she certainly doesn't act it. She's very relaxed with you right now. But that's her, she's showing her lovely side and how peaceful she can be. But lots of times you're right, adults will see flaws and say, why would you do this? And I want a younger dog, I want some guarantee, and I wouldn't be attracted to this. And what I found at the children's room that day, it was a Wednesday of last week, was that the children were just entranced by her. And again, we're just saying, wow, look at what she can see. And, you look at her in a certain way and you notice that she is looking at you and she wants to engage, and she has these great big ears that are obviously hearing also. And I was really very moved by their reaction. So, I think you've been supportive of that. You saw her the very first night, and that she was here in Winthrop. So Winthrop has a new resident, and I think that, again, the message to all of you who are animal lovers is we don't have to just look for a certain kind of dog, and we can also get out the message that dogs should not be discarded, nor should cats be discarded. And again, the Danny Boy Fund, to have, with the little bit of money that we get from this sale of the book, we are most appreciative. We've been able to help Gigi, and also in Winthrop, I have to say, I'd like to brag a little and show you a picture of Penelope, who we were able to get into hospice care through Mass Paws. And many of you know the work that Beverly Alba and Mass Paws from Winthrop, how important their work is. And here is the delightful, delightful Penelope, who through the Danny Boy Adoption Fund, I don't know if you saw her, Mary, but
No.
She was just delightful. And the Danny Boy Adoption Fund made a contribution to her so she could be kept in hospice care. And again, could have good quality of life and an extended quality of life. So again, kudos to Beverly and her work at Mass Paws, and Danny Boy collecting funds for a Winthrop dog that had a very good life, and another Chihuahua, I might add. And this little fellow is Freeway, and he was out in the Berkshires, Freeway named accordingly to how he was found. And again, the Danny Boy Fund, money that comes from the sale of the book, went to his medical care so that he could be adopted into a home, and he's still bringing joy to his companion family. So I think we want to feature for tonight our summer show is to say that Gigi is probably our best ambassador of the Danny Boy Adoption Fund. And if you get to the library, we hope she'll make another appearance at the library. And again, don't feel that it's just about, buying a book. It's more than that. It's about having your heart open to the idea of dogs, cats coming into your life, even when other folks would say it's well beyond the time these lovely companion animals of ours should not be discarded. And they bring joy. It's not that you're doing such a great thing. You and I have had many laughs with and over Gigi. I know that you're excited to see her. You were excited to see her tonight.
With a face like this, how could you not love Gigi? Oh.
I know. And I was at Coughlin Park last night, and a little girl came running up, and she said, "Is that Gigi? Is that Gigi?"
Oh.
And it was so it was like we were in a movie. And I said, "Yes." And she got down on her knees, and she said, "I saw Gigi at the library." And then she showed her mom, and she said, "This is the little dog I told you about." And she did not say the little dog with one eye. She said the little dog that was so cute. And her mother was delighted. But again, taking from the mouths of children, I think it's important. So, Gigi, we'll leave the audience with one last look at you. And thank you all for any support. We will have new copies of the Danny Boy Chronicles. And again, make sure that you look for ways to support older shelter animals in this area, and let people know that old can be very, very good and very worthwhile. So thanks for your inspiration, Gigi, and thanks, Mary Beth, for coming to show her off. And Gigi's a big kisser, as you can tell. Have a wonderful rest of the summer, everyone. And remember also, I mean, there's been many, many messages on local television and national television. Be careful with your dogs. Certainly don't leave a dog in a car, even for a moment. It gets very, very hot in the car. Take extra care for water for your pets. I know that's a good reminder for everyone. And Mary Beth, any reminders to people about theirs? Oh, Mary Beth has the touch with Gigi, as you can see there.
I'm going to steal Gigi.
Uh-oh. We have a sister conflict. Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you in the fall and for more Happy Tales. And please contact WCAT if you have an animal that you'd like to bring on the show, and if you'd like to bring on a message, or if you've done something in terms of helping, particularly an older shelter animal, please let the station know, let me know, let Mike know, so that we can feature you in the fall when we're back to have our message again. Adopt, don't shop. Thank you, everyone.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.